Hello, I'm going over this accident regarding a beach debonair. The accident occurred on December 7th, 2023. It was regarding an aircraft registration of November 5891 Juliet. It was a debonair aircraft, single engine pilot, flown by a lady by the name of Jenny Blakelock, and she had a passenger, her father, Jim Blakelock. This accident occurred while she was departing Knoxville, Tennessee, the downtown island airport, to Saline County Regional Airport. And what I'm going to be doing today is basically going over some tips for you pilots out there that are going to be getting your private pilot's license and you want to purchase an airplane. And if you go and research this crash, you can find it on Probable Cause with Dan Grider or Blanc Collieri with Juan Brown. They do a pretty good analysis on what happened. It's regarding this autopilot that this lady was playing with, and she was having some problems with it, which led to this accident. But after reviewing a lot of this stuff on the internet over the last little while, I started realizing, yes, that was the cause of the actual accident, but this whole accident could have been avoided completely because it was more of a human factor issue. That's right, a human factor issue. We all know now after researching this on the internet that she had this YouTube channel, and she was doing this YouTube flying, and she was a private pilot. She may have had an instrument rating as well. I'm not too sure of that, but she was basically a pretty green pilot flying around doing a YouTube channel, and to me that was part of her accident, was being distracted in the cockpit. We can see that with the tablet that she had on board her aircraft there. I think she was pulling out aircraft data on that, using it somehow. Plus her situation awareness was a little bit off as well. But anyways, making a long story short, we're not really here today to talk about her in particular. We're here to talk about you. And now you want to own a private pilot's license and also own an aircraft with that license, and then do some really cool flying, go out to see some places, maybe do a YouTube channel, whatever it may be. But before you do that, I want you to do what I tell you. And that is, accidents always happen as an equation. A plus B plus C plus D equals the accident. So when you get your pilot's license, keep that in mind, that it's always a chain of events that leads to an accident. With this particular case, with this lady by the name of Jenny Blakelock, you can see that this was occurring a year before the accident happened, because she bought that debonair aircraft. She was flying a Cherokee or something prior to that. And then she was upgrading it, doing interior, blah, 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 doing her YouTube channel. So she was really focusing her time, this is my criticism, into her new airplane, into the new avionics, trying to figure out the autopilot. But what she should have been doing, is actually what they call ongoing training. I repeat, ongoing training. So if you want to get a plane, just don't get a private pilot's license and start flying around. That's going to get you into trouble. What you need to do is stay in school. Stay in school. Don't leave the flight schools. Once you got your private, work on your commercial, work on your single engine instrument rating, not your multi just right away. Work on your single engine, and also take a look at other types of flying as well, such as getting maybe some tail dragger training, some seaplane training or rating, ski flying, snow ski flying. And the big one here is, don't be afraid to get some basic aerobatic instruction. There's a lot of people that are crashing due to spins lately, and I'm telling you, not too many aerobatic pilots I know of even have this as an issue going into a spin. They just know how to get in it and get at it because they do aerobatics all the time. So aerobatic flying to me is a must. Especially now we're to see all these spin accidents happening, and spin training, you really got to learn it, especially incipient stage with flaps down, with power on, stalling it, having the wing drop, and then catching it with the opposite rudder and bringing it back again before it flips over into a spin. Incipient stage spin recovery, definitely. and the symptoms of it, the buffeting, right, the stall horn, stuff like that. Okay, so go get some more ratings. If you want to buy an airplane, just don't buy an airplane, the ones that I just mentioned. And then once you do find that Cessna 310 or that Debonair or Bonanza or whatever aircraft you want to get that's an upgrade, say from the 172 or Cherokee that you're flying at the school, try to get the owner of the airplane to give you some training on it. Not just a quick checkout, excuse me for a second. Not just for a quick checkout, but to actually maybe pay this person to give you, 10, 20 hours of flying on that airplane, because if this owner has owned that particular airplane, say, for 15, 20 years and hasn't wrecked it, obviously they're flying it pretty good. Makes sense, right? If you can't find the owner to do that because he doesn't want to do anything with you, then go out and find a professional pilot like me. Someone who's working in the industry, someone who flies jets every day, or King Air, or Light Twins, or Bush Planes, or whatever it may be. Go out and try to find a real online pilot with a number of years of experience. I'd say look for someone that's got 5 years in the industry, not being an instructor. I repeat, not an instructor. Leave them behind now. Go find guys like me to come and fly with you, and you just pay us. And if you got money to buy an airplane, you got money to pay us, and you got money to pay for training. Remember, you only got one shot at life. There's nothing worse than going out and buying a beautiful airplane and ending up as a statistic and all over the internet in a crash, right? So invest in professional pilots. Don't be afraid to talk to us. Dan Grider, as I mentioned in the earlier in the video here, he has the Probable Cause YouTube channel. He's also a flight instructor, and I believe he also operates a DC-3. Give this guy a call. I've been watching him now for a while on YouTube. He seems to be a really decent guy, and I think he's going to be a really good instructor, and I think you can learn from this guy. So look this guy up on Probable Cause. Another guy you might want to talk to is Juan Brown at Blanc O'Leary, and if he doesn't want to go flying with you, maybe he knows someone that could. So don't be afraid to contact these other YouTubers and watch their channels. They do a really good job on what's happening out there and what's causing these accidents. Where I'm coming in is now to give you some tips. What to do when you buy an airplane, when you go to a flight school, so on and so on, to keep you safe. And what we're going to do here is put layers of protection on you so you don't bend your airplane. Remember, not all accidents are fatal. A lot of accidents are not, but the plane's now destroyed. You spend all this money on an airplane, now it's all wrapped up in a field somewhere. So really stay in school, work on your ratings. Don't be in a hurry to buy an airplane and start flying around the country. Don't do that yet. Stay in school and invest in yourself. Invest in yourself, get better. And believe me, if you do stay in school and you work on all these ratings and start flying with professional pilots, it's going to be like night and day. And the reason for that is, when you're flying along on your airplane one day, after 5 years of being all happy inside your airplane, bang, something's going to happen. And boy, when it happens, you better be good. You better be good, because you're going to be working. And if you have all this under your belt, you're going to have a pretty good chance of saving the airplane, and most of all, saving yourself. It might make a difference of crashing the airplane or simply ditching the airplane. There's a difference. Crashing an airplane is due to an accident or incompetence. Ditching an airplane is crashing it properly and walking away. And Dan Grider, he's a good example of that. He had to ditch an airplane. He did not crash an airplane. He ditched it properly due to his circumstance. And go over and talk to him there on YouTube. This guy, if I was going to start flying as a private pilot, I'd be looking at this guy for training. Definitely. He seems to be very knowledgeable, and he looks like he likes to train people too. I've been watching his videos for a little while here now, probably about a year or two. And yeah, I'd rather watch him than all the other crazy stuff that's happening in the world right now. But anyways, that's pretty much it. I'm going to do some more videos coming up in the future. How to set up your cockpit properly so it's not a big mess in there. How to take the phones and tablets out of the cockpit. how to stick to checklists. Don't be afraid to print off your approach plates on a piece of paper and then stick it in a folder on the side. Also, I'm going to be teaching you tips too and how to land a plane perfectly, and it's not hard, but that'll be coming up in future videos. But anyways, for now, don't be afraid of flying. Go out and get your pilot's license. Go out to a flight school, enjoy flying, but just do what I tell you to do. Stay in school, ongoing training, and don't be in a hurry to start going around joyriding and making YouTube videos, not until you're good. And once you're good, the world will be your oyster. So long, take care, and have a good day.